Stop! Police!
Oh, shit.
We have a multiple 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here!
Hey, what's up? This is Community Service with Craig Conant. That's me.
Is it someone gross?
No, it was me. But we just do a little bit at the end. Are you recording?
Yeah.
I guess we could just start ghetto like this.
I'm trying to get my fucking...
Wait, was the sexual tension on there?
I think so. Some of it, not all of it.
Uh-oh.
I'm just in a weird way these days, man. I can't stop.
It's all right. Me too. I don't know what's going on in my life. Hi, this is Craig Conant. Welcome to Community Service Podcast.
I think my eggs are drying up, so it's like, fuck.
That's awesome. That's great for the men around you. What's up? Grab the goddamn microphone. You don't need your jewelry. What is that, an Access calendar?
Listen, these are all things that I paid too much or too little money for. Or I mean, both too much. They're like cheap.
I want a gold chain just so it's like, I am Mexican.
How Mexican are you both?
Just half, but I know I look like a gringo. White as fuck. German English. But my dad's from Boston.
Did you do 23andMe or anything fun?
No, but my uncle, that's that DNA swab shit.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle did, and we have Kuwaiti blood in the Spanish, Sephardic Jew. I always want to say cathartic, and I have to like stop myself. So I'm the brown Jew, baby. And
I gotta keep my feet not on the camera because this is my money maker.
your chanclas.
People can't. You gotta pay big bucks to see those.
Oh yeah, you get foot fetish shit.
I don't send it out, but I'm saving it for when I'm really, really broke. Not that I'm not now.
Dude,
but
this one weirdo.
people want it, and I
They
also
want foot shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they want a lot.
He hit me up on Instagram, and he was like, "Hey, I'll pay you. I'll Venmo you cash right now for pictures of your feet." And I was like, "How much?" And he's like, $100.
Not enough.
He's like $100. I was like, "All right."
You thought that was enough?
Fuck yeah, $100 for pictures of my feet.
I got offered. This is what I got offered. I got offered $500 to send socks that were worn for 4 days straight, which is not hard for me. But I go, no, if I'm a regular person, but not to be cocky, but I'm Annie fucking Lederman, you need to up the price if you're gonna get my socks.
I'll send anybody up photos of my feet for $100. Hey, and then I was like, this is weird, but $100. I was like, send me the cash. I'll send you the pictures. And then it
ended up being one of our friends pranking you.
No. And then it got real weird. And he's like, no, we need to meet up in person. I need to tell you what I want. I was like, fuck no, bro. I was like, I'll send you 40 pictures of my feet right now for $100. I don't give a fuck. I'll just rapid fire them. And then he really wanted to meet up. And I was like, no, dude, I ain't getting murdered and raped by you, dude.
Oh my God. Does having long hair give you the same troubles as a girl?
Yeah.
It's so hard having long hair.
I know.
So I'm leaving my apartment today, or I'm driving into I don't want to brag, but I did do yoga and jiu-jitsu today. So that's why I was a little late. I had to wash my body off because I was swamp assing so bad. But then in between both of them, I'm like, I'm about to go. I did yoga first, and then I was like, I'm about to have like my pussy and like all these people's faces and stuff. So I was like, I tried to take my underwear off because it smelled bad. But then as I was holding the underwear, I was like, I could get so much money for this fucking underwear because it didn't smell bad, but it was just like enough where I'd be like self-conscious.
Yeah.
It was like enough where like a guy who's into you would be like,
I like a little smell.
Yeah.
A lot of smell, no good. No smells, whatever, but a little smell.
No smells like you smell like the Dial soap. It's like obviously you washed your pussy or whatever. I always say like this, if I'm going to go home with a guy, if I'm like at the comedy club and I know I'm going to go home with a guy, like maybe I'll wash my pussy at the club and then like let it marinate for like, for like an hour or so, whatever. I've washed my pussy at the Comedy Store several times. Foot up on the sink. And they're communal bathrooms, so I had to go into the urinal. You know what's funny? You can see into the men's bathroom at the Comedy Store in the back. So if I'm like out there smoking or something and I'm just looking at, there was a guy with like a white guy with dreads and I'm looking at him like, I don't even want to see your dick. Most guys I would like to peek, but I don't want to see your stupid dreaded.
Well, yeah, white guy with dreads. They there's something about them
unacceptable
where they just deserve to die. You know,
it's so like
it's
take
like,
one of those,
take
one of those dreads and fucking Brody yourself.
Oh, darkness.
R.I.P. I miss you, Brody.
Darkness.
Every time I say hanging, I think of him, so then I had to bring him in. But anyway, what are you gonna do?
You know what? What are you gonna do? Suicide.
I'm holding the underwear and I'm like, I could probably get. And I don't know if guys are into like, it's not good underwear. It's like not hot underwear. So I don't know if that's, there's probably guys that want unhot underwear, but maybe not. Maybe
Let's
they
go
want the
back
hot.
to washing your pussy in the sink, though.
We all do it.
I know. That's how I don't. Because I know guys.
There's
splash
a
it-
nightmare to be like, it's a nightmare to be like, realize, like if a guy comes to like kiss you after he went down on you and you're like, oh. Shit. Because sometimes
Holy
I'm bushing.
shit.
I'll be real. Sometimes I'm bushing. I'm lazy. I got a big bush sometimes. So it's like, you know, it's a little muskier sometimes.
I'm just because like I know dudes have been splashing their dick in the sink since the beginning of time.
Not
Because
enough times.
it's not enough time.
I have like a whole bit about that where I'm like, just fucking watch.
But it's
them a
so
little.
easy for us. And
Your
before like
balls look like
for
the
a girl, it's
water.
like you're just fucking like.
Why do we say you have to like pull your squatty potty over? You got to pull your squatty potty over. You got to use engage your core, get
Yeah.
up there, straddle. You got to have one of those like handicapped. It's a whole
and
process.
it's always the front,
But
or
the
do you
pussy
do it
works.
from the back and you put your booty in the air and then you splash your all of it? That
Yeah,
could
you
be
gotta
a
get
good
your
way.
butt. You gotta
That
get
could
your
be
butt.
a better way.
I like
That's
to do a
more-
sitz bath. You know, you get a little. You
That's-
get in there, you put some Epsom salt, and you really go in. Just sit it out. Get rid of any hemorrhoids you got. Just fucking go
You
for
fucking
it.
bring a bath bomb and just dip your pussy
Yeah,
in the sink.
dude. I bring some
at the
bath
Laugh Factory.
oils. Yeah. What's the Laugh Factory? I've never been there.
You never have me
No, I'm just
neither.
kidding.
Just kidding.
I've been there. Jay, you're so good to me. I've never done a spot with you, but you're great.
I did. Yeah, they give me love.
Yeah, we all get the clubs we lean into. I got no fucking complaints. I'm a happy bitch. I wake up. I'm sleeping on a couch right now.
That's good.
I'm like-
I stole your apartment.
Here's
was hers.
Yeah, okay, this
This was
apartment.
hers.
I got this apartment, and then, as in true form, immediately got in a relationship that was inappropriate.
There was nothing in here.
I didn't live here. Okay, so I got the place from the guy who I'm staying with now. His ex-girlfriend lived in this apartment building, and there used to be a crazy psychic landlord who you met.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool,
Yeah.
but like very strange. And she would, instead of doing your credit score, which is very good for me, she would just read your charts. But also, like, I kept feeling she was mad at me when I didn't move in and I wanted to break the lease. And I'm like, didn't you see this bitch coming? You're psychic. Like,
Yeah,
didn't
I
you see
was-
it coming, babe?
I was very, very fortunate that she checked my astrological chart and not my credit.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
according to the gods, I'm a good person, but according to my credit, I'm a bad person.
She told me, so my ex-boyfriend who I ended up moving in with, who was he just worked at a comedy club. We weren't like, I liked him, like he was cool, but it wasn't like I'm going to live with this person for 3 years relationship. But this place wasn't available for a month and I was sleeping in my car and I would sleep like, at friends' houses here and there, but I would like have to crash in my car sometimes. And he was a nice guy and he was like, you can just stay. He's like, you should just stay with me. So for a month, I just started like dating this guy.
Yeah.
For a month, I'm like living with him. And
then
then
you
we were
just
like
stayed.
kind of into each other. So it was like, what am I going to move out? And then, I guess we were in love. I don't know. It was rough. It was a rough 3 years. So then we lived together we moved to another place together because I'm always broke and then I can't afford a place to live alone.
I had
And then
one
I
of
move
those
in with someone.
situations. You met that it's just, I haven't even told the story. This was like 5 girlfriends ago. I dated this crazy girl, and she was I was on drinking and drugging at this time. It was years ago, and she was on like Oxycontins and shit. And she used to have a lock box and have a key and
I
lock
like when it
it
looks like people
to
are
hide-
eating themselves out or something. One day.
to hide her. She had to lock her drugs away from me so I wouldn't steal them.
To do them or to...
Yeah, to take
Yeah.
them for sure. But she moved in with me because she was in between places, and it wasn't like I wanted her to move in.
Yeah.
It just was like, fuck, And then like she went to rehab, and I didn't visit her, and I just got drunk one day, and she's like, "What were you doing?" I was
Were
like,
you into her?
"Yeah, I mean enough."
Right. You guys were like a thing.
She was really hot, and then she fucking
You're so simple.
she had a nice booty. That's all it takes. But then she fucking we just always fight. She was just crazy. I know I'm crazy too, but this one was anyways. Remember she
That heightened
she
shit.
chased us to the bar that one
Yeah.
day.
She stalked
He
you.
was there. She
That
stalked me.
heightened like
She
anger.
followed
It's just
me
like,
to a
what's
bar.
the point of like being in a relationship if you're fighting? Like I used to, when you're younger, you're like, oh, it's passion. Or
No, it's
whatever.
horrible.
like,
It's horrible.
I'm just stressed out. Someone's mad at me all the time. Like,
And then we broke up, and then she showed up at my work with another dude, And then I chased her and him down the street in my car and like drove on the wrong side of the road and the sidewalk and tried to ram them off the
They go
road.
crazy too.
And then I got out of my car to break their window.
This is a story about you being crazy, not her.
Oh yeah. I'm crazy too. I admit it, but I'm saying, okay, who's the crazy
Are you
one?
strong?
No, I mean a little bit. I could do some pull-ups.
Can we watch?
I mean, I don't want to
I
come back all huffy puffy towards the end of the podcast, but wait, I tried to. What the fuck was I saying? I got out of my car on Melrose and like Gardner. This is on Melrose.
Yeah.
And I get out and I like stopped them like a cop car, and I fucking had my knife and I was going to break the window of the guy with the butt of my knife, and then the guy was like, ah, and I looked around. It was like 4 p.m. daytime on Melrose. I'm like, I don't need to go to jail again, you know.
Who was the guy? Did you know who he was?
Yeah, he worked at the sandwich shop below where I live, so she met him when she was staying with me. No, okay, so I'm crazy. Everything I did was crazy. Yeah, I fucking ran a car off the
butt of
road
a
and
knife.
tried to break a window with a knife.
Did he crash the car when you drove it off?
No, it was just like a wild chase. No damage. Maybe my axles got a little fucked up. But who not that my reaction clearly was wrong, but she showed up at my work with another dude 2 days after we broke up. Come
she was
on,
trying to fuck with you.
It worked. But no, you know what's crazy?
Were
Sorry,
you in
I
your
slapped
Trader
you.
Joe's?
I was. I just got off. So she had planned it like fucking clockwork. Like she knew my schedule. She knew
This
when I
should
got
have
off.
made the news, man. This
No,
is like
but
crazy.
I forgot. I didn't set that story up right. So I saw them as I'm walking.
Were you making a fart video at the time?
You know it. No, but I just got off work and I bought groceries. I had groceries in my hand, and then I'm walking to the parking structure and I see them, right? And then I go, oh, and I just turn, like they're going to the elevator. I'm going to, and then I go, well, I'm not going to the elevator to be with them. It's like a movie. And I go, I'm going to the stairs. So then I eat that shit. And I'm like, don't do anything. And then I take the stairs up to my car, and then I get to the third level.
Is that a word? Kamite?
I get to the third level, and then the elevator opens, and it's her and him laughing like this, like, ah, and I'm like, ah. And then I fucking throw my groceries in my car, and I'm on the third level, and they go, ah, and they shut it, and they're on the roof, and I run up to the roof, and I just stop them, and I'm just like banging on the car, trying to fight the dude, and then they take off, and I'm like, all right, whatever, let it go. And then we're leaving the parking structure, and it's them then me, or I don't even remember, but we're going down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I'm behind them, and then I go, fuck it, I'm gonna turn down a side street, I'll get on Willoughby just to get away from that. And then like 3 blocks later, all of a sudden, who pops down on Willoughby right in front of me? And that's when I lost it. Like
it was
after
Jesus gave
after
you that.
3 chances, and they came in.
Jesus was like, get the butt of that knife and get the fuck out of your car.
And they pulled
right
in,
now.
and then I was on Willoughby, and I was like, ah! And then I started driving on the side of the road, like trying to sideswipe them, you know? And then
Were you like, you weren't like, I'm going to fuck my car up?
I didn't give a fuck.
You were just in a rage.
I was in a rage.
This is hot.
And then I chased them, and then it was like a little fucking speed chase, and then we ended up on Melrose, and then I got out of my car, and that's when the butt of the knife came out, and they both were just like in fear, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Once you see the
this is
fear.
a bad look. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, that's how good her ass was. So she had quite a booty. I haven't been rageful towards a guy in a long time. I mean, I guess my last relationship I would get mad.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that was not a good one. That was fucking crazy. I lived with him too. I keep moving in with these dudes. Well, he fucked me because, all right, so
It's always
the
good
last
to move
one,
in with people.
dude, it always happens. I'm never doing it again. But so I had the last one. Oh wait, I have to tell you I'll tell you after what I did to my neighbor.
Wait, I
But
forgot.
so-
Don't let me forget, because I forget everything. I got to tell you us washing my dick story.
Okay.
It's
You have
pretty
to
funny.
tell a washing a dick story.
Okay,
I
don't
have
let
to tell
us
the story
forget.
about what I did to the neighbors.
Okay.
And then now I'm going to tell you about moving in with. Okay. So ended up living with that boyfriend that from here
Yeah.
that I moved in with him for 3 years.
It's pretty good.
Finally, oh my God. Oh my God. Like I used to like leave the store, drive to Rite Aid, eat there. I would eat it like in the aisles of Rite Aid, and I would just sit there and just wait and just make sure he was asleep. He was so nice, but it just wasn't what I wanted, you know. And I couldn't get out of it because our lease.
Asleep.
Sometimes he would come home. This is I hope he
You
never
gotta
watches
break the
this.
lease. I'm sorry.
Listen, it wasn't even a lease thing. It was just I learned a lot from that. I didn't want to hurt his feelings and stuff. We're not friends now. It's not. He's very nice.
Yeah.
I support him in his life from afar as a mother does. Got a little maternal, but and I just didn't. And there were times where he would be coming home and I would be like in bed and I would just turn the light. I didn't even care if he saw I turned them off, pretend to be asleep. Just not down. He would leave vibrator on me. I was like masturbating like 10. Well, that's for anyone. Oh, and the guy I'm staying with walked in on me masturbating. He went jogging the other morning. I'm sleeping on his couch and he busts in the door. He busts and he goes, "Stop masturbating." And I'm like, "No, but I am masturbating." He's like, "Oh shit, I should have knocked." I was like, "You don't have to knock. It's your own house. Who's this psychopath?" It was such a short run he was going on. I don't know what I thought was going to happen.
I got caught masturbating by my father, and it was very embarrassing.
Did he finish you off?
No.
Piece of
God. Yeah, because he had the black box. This is the old school black box with the Spice Channel. Remember that shit? So he's like, "Hey, I'm going to the store. You want to come with me?" I was like, "No." And he laughed. And I just went to it immediately. Didn't even lock the door. And then he came back
Because
immediately.
he forgot something, right?
He forgot his
I mean, it's
wallet.
happened a
He
million
forgot his
times.
wallet. And I was
And you
immediately
were
just like,
jerking
yeah.
off into his
And
wallet.
he's like, and
That's
he
my
just,
thing. I whack off into wallets.
and he just goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh."
Daddy, you know what I'm doing. Get out of
He's
here.
like, "God damn it." And then I was in his chair too.
I also
his
lost my
recliner.
vibrator somewhere. Okay, so wait. So then he walks into me masturbating, right? I'm using a vibrator. It's like, all right. I'm not like, there's a blanket over me, so it's not like crazy. And this is a friend of mine who I wrote a joke about. We've never hooked up. I've lived with him a million times. I sleep in bed with him sometimes. Sometimes we spoon. Nothing. He fucks all the time. He's just like not into blondes and he likes tits. So it's just, we're like safe. It's very weird, but I'm a little insulted. Like, just try once. Say no, but so
You just rubbed my booty once, dude.
I just
Come on.
try. I mean, sometimes he's like, "Oh, you look good." I'm like, "Thanks." So do you. It's
Yeah.
just like a weird, but so that happened, and then later that night he was laying on the couch, and he's like, "Is my foot on your vibrator?" And I go, "No," and I just like took it and put. I'm like, "No, it's not." And then so I'm just leaving my vibrator over his house. And then I lost it. I can't find it. It's gone. I had to go buy another one.
Pussyfoot.
Where is it? Where is the vibrator?
It's not meant for you.
I got another one. It's fine.
Get a
We're all good.
Hitachi.
Goodbye.
Do you
No,
know the
fuck,
little
those are too big.
gnomes, or what are they called?
I got one that's like this big, but that big one is like I wanted to do a joke where I'm gonna do this for Instagram. You know how yoga mats have that like Velcro thing? That
Yeah. The
you
strap
could-
for.
I
over
want to
the
get that
shoulder.
for when you're going to fuck older dudes, because older dudes are always like, bring a vibrator. Like they don't have time. They're like, I have only a limited time left on Earth. Bring your vibrator. We're
So
not
they
gonna fuck
just
around.
they just get to business come and then they say
don't have-
you just
Get
take
your
the
vibrator. They're like, listen, we don't have all night. I've got,
Oh my God,
only
that's
so many
so
moons
funny.
left. I know. I want to do a bit about it because I just was thinking.
so
They got
funny.
low T. They're like, listen, I got only so much testosterone.
They're like, I got
So
8
I want to do a
minutes.
thing where it's like, because the hibachi thing is so big, and you just like, so it's like a thing to wrap it up, put it on your shoulder, like to go fuck a dude. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just too big to bring into a house. It's like a weapon. It's giant. It's heavy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but
I want a vibrator.
no, they're great. They're awesome. But I find that it makes it harder to come now because I use them so much.
That seems like, yeah. 'Cause
Like I'm getting eaten
dicks
out. And I'm
don't
like, oh god. Some guy
vibrate.
told me that the last time we hooked up, he went through a whole Sade album, trying to make me come, and I'm like, did you put Sade
How many
on?
times do you masturbate a day?
I masturbate a lot. I'm horny.
I'm horny too, but I feel like I cut back on
I
my
fucked my
masturbation.
ex-boyfriend 2 times a day. I used to fuck him 2 times a day.
That's
my last boyfriend.
fantastic. You want to
Mhm.
go out with me?
I can't. I'm seeing someone.
That's
He's
good.
old, low T. Got to bring my vibrator. No, so I'm leaving my apartment today, or my friend's apartment that I'm staying at. I'm coming into it. So I'm coming from jiu-jitsu, shower real quick to come here. I pull in. There's a garage, like the neighbor's garage is open, and there's this shirtless, ripped dude. Like, I've never seen anything like it, and he's just drilling. And I'm like, I go to my friend, I go, hold on a second. And I come on and go, did I dream you? Like, are you real? I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit. I'm like, you're so fucking hot. He's like laughing. I'm like, what are you building? He's like, a bed. I'm like, I've never had experienced anything like this. You're an angel. So then I go in and I shower and I come out and I'm like, so what's the deal? Are you straight, gay, single? And he goes, I'm straight, but I have a girl. And I'm like, all right, good, no problem, whatever. I'm like, but damn. And he was like, thank you. It was just so weird.
It's
So
like
I have to like
fucking
avoid seeing him for the rest of my life.
Carl's Jr. commercial.
I've never. It was exactly that. I
yeah,
was
you're like, what?
he had like muscles I've never seen, and I was just like, I'll try to bang it. I'm like, I'll just see if I can.
Yeah.
What's up? And then I was like, oh, no weirdness. I just was gonna see if I can fuck you. Bye. I mean, I was like, he was placed in front of me for a reason. But anyway, so this last boyfriend got me to live with him. We were friends, and we worked on the Sacha Baron Cohen show together. He's like a cool guy, whatever, one of my favorite comedians. But we'd been friends for like 10 years. And then we used to live together. When I would go to New York, I would live with him and his girlfriend. So then when I came out here, we were working together, and then we were going to get a place together. We were like Airbnb places together, and we were looking for an apartment. So then we get this apartment, and then he's like, I'm totally in love with you. We're like supposed to be together. And I'm like, what? I work with you and this. So it was like this weird. And then he was like, think about it. You're already my girlfriend. And I was like, huh? He like Jedi mind tricked me. I was like, I guess. We like listen to music in my car a lot. I'd always be like, because I lived in my car. So I'd be like, do you want to hang out in my apartment? And we'd smoke weed and listen to music.
And then how long did you live with him?
2 years. Or no, a year and a half. And then we broke up and I moved out. And now I live on my friend's couch, and I'm getting a place in Eleanor Kerrigan's apartment.
I love Eleanor.
Yeah,
She's
it's going to be
fucking
sick.
awesome.
It's a cool apartment building. It's and yeah. No. Yes. We'll be close.
Yeah. That's right
Or
by the
whatevs.
fucking backyard bowls. They have the best acai bowls.
Yeah, they have the best acai
shit.
bowls. And
That
the
power bowl of
fucking
peanut butter.
That's what I get.
Okay, I wanted to tell you my washing the dick off story.
Right.
So I was at the beach all day, and in
Salty
Hermosa
balls.
Beach, salty balls, salt water, ocean water, stink. I stank. And then beach to the bars, you know, the Hermosa Pier and Plaza, drinking. And this girl, she worked at a real estate office up the
I
street.
feel like you should have this down so people can see your face more.
You're right. I always block my face.
I block my face too.
all the
That's
time.
why I was noticing it with
And then so we're going to her office to hook up, and I'm like, fuck, I stink, like all of me, you know? And then she has the key to her
you. Truffle buttering.
I was truffle buttering. And then I go to we're hooking up, and then I go, hang on, I go to the bathroom real quick, and I'm shit faced, and I'm like washing my dick, but then I was like, I stink everywhere, so I'm literally washing my pits,
Mexican
washing my
as
fucking.
fuck.
I washed everything.
Wait, what bathroom is this? I zoned out.
We're in her office. It's like
Oh,
1
okay, so you're
a.m.
not- I'm imagining you at like
We're
one
in
of those
we're in a
bathrooms.
real estate escrow
That's so
office
funny.
at like 1 a.m. She has the key. We're not supposed to be in
Right.
there, but she works there, and it's
So
just
you're gonna
up
go
the
fuck
street.
there?
We're going to fuck in her office, and
That's
it's
so
up the
fun.
street from the bars, and I'm like, fuck, I stink, and then so I'm washing myself so I'm not a fucking dirty, stinky monster, but then I'm shit faced, so I just keep going, and I literally just take a bath, and I take so long that when I come out, she's doing office work
That's
drunk,
so-
and I just start laughing. She's like this, doing work, and then she looks in the bathroom, and there's water and soap everywhere, and she's like, "What did you do in there?" I was like, "Nothing." And then,
I mean, at this point, it's like there's dangers of spontaneous sex. There's dangers. and
yeah,
it's-
yeah.
Most of them are
And then
bodily
and then it
smells.
was fucking dope. It was.
But then it's like, I mean, I think I would just appreciate it. I've definitely like been to guys before. I'm like, you need to go wash your balls. I can smell your balls. And sometimes you can smell it on their hands where they've been like touching their balls or whatever. I'm like, I can smell
I
your
don't
balls.
smell though. I really don't. I'm lucky. I don't sweat that much. I don't get BO. Like if I get BO, it's on day 3 of no showering. I don't. I didn't shower today. I didn't shower
It
yesterday.
smells like nothing.
I smell like nothing. I don't smell. Like in order for me to
I have
stink, it
perfume
takes
on,
like
so you can't
5
tell.
fucking days. I don't even wear deodorant half the time. I just don't.
Really?
I
Are you
don't.
not wearing deodorant? It smells like nothing.
I told you I don't smell. I don't smell. I
That's
don't.
fucking weird.
I know it is weird. I don't get
Do
it.
you feel like you don't exist a little?
I don't exist.
I sweat. I'm a monster.
I don't know why I don't sweat and I don't smell, but I really fucking don't.
I
and
sweat and
it's a good
maybe I
thing.
smell. I don't know. I don't think I
There's-
smell. I try to keep myself a little bit. Under
Yeah,
wraps.
there's so many days I just don't wear deodorant.
My Doc Martens smell bad for sure.
My
Like
feet,
I can't wear them in the day and then go like to.
My feet don't
jujitsu
smell.
or anything.
Like maybe if I don't wear socks, but it's still
I'm
not
proud
as bad
of you for
as
the
you.
the amount of socks that you have and everything going on here. Cause
Huh?
I don't know. You look like a guy that could smell and have no socks on. Don't bring the camera down. They can't see my feet from here. I'm assuming, right?
No.
Yeah, that's it. That was
You're
my
gonna
ball
have to, this is gonna
splashing
be
story.
Patreon if This is gonna be behind a paywall of my fucking feet show, bitch, motherfuckers. I think the foot fetish thing is so weird.
It
I
is
just
so
never knew.
weird.
I didn't know I was walking around with these like sexy pussies all around. I was wearing like you're wearing thongs. It's like wearing an actual thong. Like I'm literally like walking around and under.
I don't
like,
fucking
ooh,
get it. Like, yeah, I'll fucking
feet are fine.
suck
Like
a toe in the middle of sex, but like I don't want to pay money for that shit.
it's just like people are like
I
that's
don't
what
even-
gives
it's
them
just,
boners.
It's just a rare.
And also like I don't think they're that discriminatory about. I think they might like them fucked up too.
they like all the feet.
They like them
all the
fucked up.
weird like.
Well,
Oh,
Chappelle
you
has
got a
joke where he
bunion?
put them together and they like fuck them like that.
Yeah.
I mean that's cool if a guy wants to fuck my feet. I guess I don't really know how I'm
It's just-
coming from that, but
I don't. I've never seen 2 feet and been like, I want.
it's gonna be
fuck
easier
those.
than titty fucking
I've
me.
never.
Get to the feet. But I have I have a wiki feet profile, and then they have an armpit, like Reddit about my armpits too.
That'd be so funny if like I was not making enough through comedy and I just started a foot page and just started making bank.
That would be really funny if that's not what I consider every day while I'm sleeping on a couch. Every day.
It's like, how can I make money off my feet today?
It's so crazy. I'll get emails from people or like, messages from people from like middle school or whatever. Like, we saw you on this thing. You're famous. You made it. We knew it. Or whatever. I always reply, can I borrow money? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think's going on in my life?
Oh, people don't understand.
They have
I'll
no
get
clue.
recognized on a hike and be like, I don't have a kitchen. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't
They
live
think you're s-
anywhere.
They think you're so successful. I'm like, I pay my producer $20.
But the truth is, can I borrow
He's
20
a good.
bucks?
He's a
Can I
good
borrow
dude.
The thing is that we are just amongst millionaires too. So that's
Yeah.
literally everyone I park next to at the comedy store
Is a millionaire.
A millionaire. So
Yeah,
that's a
it's
good
really weird.
sign or a bad sign. I don't know. I was like sleeping in my car, and then Rogan's car was next to one of his cars, and like D'Elia will like trade his cars out. I'm like, I saw you at the coffee shop in a different car,
Yeah.
and it matches his out. I'm like, you're so cool.
It's the fucking $200,000 car, and then I'll get in my 15-year-old Camry, where one of the panels is a different color
Yeah.
because I got the cheap paint job.
Yeah.
Ah.
It happens. It's cool.
But,
It's cooler that way. It's like
you know
we're
what?
Rags to riches.
I'm gonna start pimping out my feet, man. You want to fuck my feet? 5 Gs.
He's gonna get.
I'll take.
He's gonna have a
fucking
solid
cock to my
colored Camry. A
for
solid
5 Gs.
colored Camry by the end of this month. No, I want
Yeah.
a Tesla. I'm going Tesla 2020.
No, I don't
I have
think
a
I could.
mantra.
I could get my feet fucked. It's too.
I think you could easily get your feet fucked. Do you think girls have fetishes like that?
I don't think so. I don't know. Probably. There's a fetish for everything on this fucking planet.
Getting choked and shit. Girls just like to be fucked up. Some. Not always too. Like I feel like there's some guys I like that with, and the other guys I'm like, how could you? What? My neck? And other guys are like clotheslining me onto a car. And I'm like, what? So weird. It must be confusing to be a dude.
It is.
We're confusing. I was in a fight with this dude. Well, not a fight, but I was talking to this guy about our status or whatever. He's like, what do you want? I was like, I want the same things you want. I'm just annoyed that you said them the way you said them. He's like, yeah, but you said this to me before. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so we're actually not in a thing. Okay, everything's fine. I woke up this morning like, oh. But it's me. It's like I think I'm pretty chill, and I try to like weigh out everything and hear everyone's side and understand things. But it does sometimes take me one conversation to get there, where I'm being spinny and maybe connecting dots that aren't correct.
What?
Maybe that's not a girl thing.
I don't know. I am always confused by women.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'll just be like, just tell me what you like. I don't want to tell you. And it's like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know? You know what I mean? Just tell. I'll do anything. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think women a lot of times don't realize that guys are pretty simple-minded. Not that you're stupid, but
No, we're so simple.
It's simple.
It's like, okay, tell me what to do. I'll do that every time. Or I don't know.
And some guys are a little more complicated. It just depends on how communicative and how much they want to fuck you. I'm always, and then I'll read into that like, is it just that you don't want to fuck? I'm like, that would hurt my feelings, but I would rather know.
Yeah. It's like I'll stop wasting my time.
But then I'm like, why would you want to fuck me?
Have you seen my feet?
I'm like, my feet are
Wow.
4.5 on Wiki feet out of 5. That's pretty
There's
good.
wiki feet. I'm starting to profile today. That's it.
You might already have one, dude.
That's crazy.
If someone's
Did you
asking-
unknowingly have one?
I had a Google alerts on myself.
That's so funny.
It's been years. I've had one for.
I've only
5
had one
years.
weird dude solicit me late at night. Be like, hey, let me see your feet.
Do you get dick pics and stuff?
No, but I get hit on by dudes quite often.
What do you get? What do girls send you when they're trying to slide in?
Just like hearts and shit, or like the drooly face, the emoji with the drool.
I get straight dick.
Well, yeah, you're a girl, you poor bastard.
It's so funny, but I'm
unsolicited dick.
I don't
pic.
get here. It used to really upset me, and I've made a decision in my life in the past just few months to just not take things personally. It's just so much easier, and
Yeah.
everyone's just doing their own thing. It has
Do you
nothing
just
to do
block
with
them
you.
immediately?
No, I don't look at them because the way the profile's set up is it's blurred. It's a blurred picture because it's not people I follow. So then it goes to my unfollow thing, and then it's blurred. And then, so I don't look at them, but I'll go to my stories and I'm like, guys, I don't want dick pics.
Yeah.
And then they keep saying, I go, all right, so here's the thing. I understand I draw dicks a lot. Like, there's all my jokes are me drawing dicks or whatever. I talk about dicks. So I understand. I go, okay, I can understand where maybe they think I want to see their dick, right? Or this is just their way they get their kicks or whatever. So I go, if you need to send me a picture of your dick, draw a picture of your dick. I want to see your artistry. I want to see your
That's
shading.
funny. That's funny. I like that.
Get out your Crayola crayons. Get out your colored pencils. They got those markers that are cool. Or just use some shading with a pen, with a number 2. But just get in there. I want to see what you got.
I've never
And
sent an unsolicited dick pic in my life, and I've probably sent a dick pic like 3 times. I don't really want to.
it's a weird thing to send.
I know, and it's
Your dick pics last longer than you in your relationship usually.
yeah.
So
It's just like I don't.
You get a picture of me forever. Why don't you just remember it? I have pictures of. I like to send food nudes. So I'll send because I want them to be funny. If they leak, people are like, she's fucking funny.
Yeah.
So I'll put like a Funyun hanging off my nipple,
See, that's
or I had
funny.
breadsticks on my ass,
It's
and like the butter sauce.
It's
But
so
it's funny.
oh.
I'm just trying to always be funny. So whatever happens, it comes
It's
back, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm funny.
We're like, hey, look, Funyuns. I'm hungry. Hey, but it's just weird that an unsolicited dick pic for a girl, a woman, it's like a not assault, but you know what I mean. It's like, oh, I didn't want that.
It used to make me feel so upset. It used to make me feel
But then
so
that
upset.
unsolicited tit pic to it too. They're like, oh, I'm having a great day. It's such a fucking reverse.
Yeah, I genuinely don't feel assaulted by them anymore. But I did.
Not
There were times,
I don't know.
No, there
I
was
don't-
times.
yeah.
No, it did feel that way.
Like
before.
it's upsetting.
It used to upset me so much, but I guess now they're blurred, so it doesn't. But one time, a guy on Facebook, and this was when I was maybe 2 years into comedy, but I had done O&A or. I think it was 3 years in comedy. I was opening for Jim Norton, so it was that crowd.
Oh yeah.
Fast,
good
you
luck.
know, like
Good
in
luck.
fast with that crowd. And they sent me, one guy took all of my Facebook pictures, and I had all these pictures of me. I'd done a photo shoot with my parents. So it was me and my parents, and they put their dick going into my mouth with my parents in the picture. And there was
Jesus
something that made me
Christ.
feel super raped by it. Now I just think it's funny.
Well, yeah,
But
that's
I'm not that I'm asking for it.
that's
but
fucking next
I
level.
don't want them, but
Photoshop.
I don't take it personally, and I don't look at them. So when people put this effort in, I'm like, all right. But it was funny. One guy I've been trying to, after Brody died, I was trying to give trolls a little attention and try to make them feel good in a weird way, which was a
Not
waste
the
of time. It was just a waste
best.
of time. It doesn't matter. I don't regret it or anything. And sometimes I do it, but just they're coming at me hard, and I go, because I also think that white guys right now are their feelings are hurt, and I have brothers and have a lot of white boyfriends and stuff, and I don't know. I just feel bad. I mean, I think it's a weird thing that's happening because there's a lot of these dudes that are all mad and running around and being all pissed because they're like, I didn't do anything, so fine, now I'm gonna fucking be all rude and blah blah blah. So I don't know. I just feel a little bit all right. I feel a little sympathetic for your case if everyone's fuck white dudes and you didn't really do anything, and now you're wait a second. So I had gone after the women's march and stuff. I marched. I was living with lesbians. I was fuck dudes, they're lame. Fuck them. I got you all raped me. Fuck you. Just being really pissed. And then I just settled down and I got a little perspective, and I was like, oh, that's not what I mean. I definitely have had shitty things happen to me from guys before, but hey, women, you're pieces of shit too. You're garbage. It's crazy what pieces. I can't even tell you how many of my girlfriends fuck my boyfriends, how many things like that. You're trash. Friend dumped, treated like shit, talk shit on, lied about. Let's not act like everyone's, molested by men, but women have been real shitty. But so just, I don't think it's that much of a gender thing. I think it's cool. It's happening that maybe there's becoming some awareness about stuff, but I just feel bad. So these guys are coming at me. So I done some podcasts where I was like, fuck dudes, like fucking blah, blah, being one of those girls. And it's embarrassing that that's out there because that's not how I feel. It was very triggery, crazy. I was reacting. And I don't know if I
you're in the moment, and that's how you felt at that
I was
moment in
just
time.
triggered.
But
I've
guess
had
what,
real-
people, you
yeah.
can change, and your opinion can change,
can grow.
and you can evolve, and you could grow. And just because you say one thing one time on a podcast doesn't mean it's a fucking goddamn constitution or some shit. I love how like
Everyone-
they just
yeah, I
show one
know.
clip, be like, that's how I was feeling that fucking day. I
know it
hated dudes.
changes, yeah.
Now I hate women.
But I felt like I realized that I could have like
That
hurt
was her
someone's feelings
thoughts,
or
not
whatever.
mine, not mine. Just kidding. Love you, women.
I don't hate women. I don't hate men. I don't hate women.
I just hate
pretty-
shitty. Yeah, like
Sometimes people
slam
are
dunk. I
shitty,
hate
and I don't
shitty
even hate
fucking
them.
human beings.
I don't even hate them. It's like you're going through your shit. You have your problems, whatever. It's like I am in control of what triggers me and what gets to me. I'm in control of that. So that's what I work on every day. I work on not taking things personally. And this is my life. If I get triggered, that's on me, dude. That's on me. I had fucked up shit happen when I was little. I'm a grown up now. I don't have to be like running around screaming. There was a time, this is when I realized I had to stop because I was getting so upset. I'd be on the phone. Every Me Too that came out would like trigger. I'm like, ah, right? And I'm like on the phone outside my coffee shop, like, oh, sorry, because I'm screaming.
No, you're good.
I'm just blowing your ear out. But I'm like, I'm on the phone. I'm like, I was raped, right? And then this girl comes up and she goes, were you on at midnight? And I'm like, oh, I'm a public figure. I got to rein it in. But I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? Like, why am I dragging everyone into this? Why am I like, I work through my shit. I help myself.
Yeah.
I do hallucinogens by myself. I do special K by
Ooh,
myself.
hallucinogens.
I would do, but I try to like, what's this about me? You know, any sort of jealousy, any sort of anger, any of that bad stuff. It's like, that's on me.
Let's talk about mushrooms. I remember the first time.
Are you do
I'm
no
sober.
drugs? I'm
Nothing. Zero.
sober except for DMT, Special K.
Special
acid.
K.
Is a drug that they use for PTSD, which I have, which I'm telling you, I was running around screaming about being raped, nonstop screaming.
I mean, I'm down with the mushies. I don't know about that Special K, man.
Special K helped my ass so good, but I can't afford to go to the clinic, so I do have to do it raver style. And there's always an extra day where I'm like, maybe I didn't need this extra day of doing K bombs all night.
Maybe I didn't need a rail cat trick.
But it really they say it's like taking antidepressants and it works immediately rather than
yeah.
waiting
I've been loving
2
the
weeks.
CBDBs.
I don't even fuck with that shit.
Oh, it's nice.
Because then I have a thing I think I need again.
Yeah, but I
I
get
go, oh,
it.
I need this thing.
I know. I'm out. I'm jonesing. No, but I want to the
But
fucking.
you're addicted to it now.
For sure, but I'm addicted to yerba mate and
I
coffee
know, I
and
drink so much
candy. I mean, I
coffee.
have candy on tap 100% of the time.
I didn't have any
love
because
it.
I'm off sugar.
I get sugar.
I do good things for my body.
No, wait. The first time I ever ate mushrooms, I had like a good trip and everything was fine. And then at the end, like I panicked and I kept going to my buddies. We're done, you know, we're done tripping. I was like, hey, Mike, like what happened? You know, and I kept thinking that I did something horrible.
Oh,
And
you
I just
killed.
kept going like, hey, dude, no,
Maybe that was your lesson.
I was
you
like,
needed to
seriously,
learn.
like what happened? And then, because I was paranoid because I just kept saying like, did I whip my dick out and piss in your house or something? Because no,
Clean it up. That's not a big deal.
I know, because this other
All's
kid,
fair in mushrooms and war.
I knew, he fucking bugged out and he was tripping balls. And I always try to name names, but I got to learn lessons. But his name was Joe and he's a little Asian dude. And we're at my buddy's house and he was a tweaker dude. And he's in and out of prison, and he's crazy. His whole family, like, they'd sell guns
single?
and shit. It was good people. Anyways, Joe pulled his dick out and started pissing in his apartment. And then this fool, Ryan, he's a thug, so he just knocked him out and punched him. And I just remember he was just knocked out, shrooming with fucking dick out, pissing on himself.
This was not the same trip.
No, this
you
was
were
a different trip.
remembering
I was
this trip.
remembering that. I wasn't tripping that day.
But had you had a good trip?
I
up
had a
until
good
then?
trip, but then, like, towards the
You
end.
blacked out? You didn't remember?
No, I remembered everything, but I was like, "Yo, did I do what Joe did?" You know what I mean?
Because you like morphed the
Yeah,
stories.
and then I was just like, "Did I?" You know, and they're like, "Nah, like it was smooth. Like you didn't piss on anybody. You know what I mean?" But like I just kept visualizing that other time when I was drunk just at that party house and that fool was shrooming balls and just pissed everywhere and got knocked out for it. Because, you know, fucking thugs don't have empathy. You know, he just
Dude.
fucking boom. And I was like, he's
They're
on
the best.
mushrooms. You can't fucking cold clock the fool. He's fucking pissing himself.
I had this like
and I
big
just was paranoid. That's it.
this big dude, tall Tommy, I was friends with, who's like such a fucking like crazy wigger, like fucking nut. When I lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I had a deal with him where when we were out at the clubs and stuff, I would push my it's so mean. I would push my dude friends like into him, and he would pretend like he was gonna fight them.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
And their faces. He was like 6'8", he was huge.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Oh my god, it was so funny. Yeah, I'm a bully. I'm working on that.
That's
bully.
good. That's good, man.
I'm a bully.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
hung out with the fucking tweaker thug kids, the tagger kids.
I went to a school for juvenile delinquents, so everyone was fucked up. We stole cars and shit. Everyone's in prison or dead or works at a Verizon kiosk store, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't in that school, but I was in those classes in high school where it's like tech, you know, and it's literally the nerd kids that want to build stages for drama.
Oh god.
And
Theater
the kids that are
majors.
literally in and out of juvenile hall. So it's theater nerds and delinquents.
Such dorks.
That was a bad
That's a great
bad
combo. I bet you a
combo.
couple of them fucked.
for sure.
That's
But
fun. Because those theater kids fuck a lot, dude. They fucked a
big
lot.
time. More than the fucking tweaker kids.
fucked.
It's unreal.
Well, we were
But-
all fucked up. I was like, did we fuck?
And then I remember we were monsters. We broke like 2 teachers. They just cry and we're just like, I'm sorry. One of
Yeah,
them
we're
caught me in their
mean.
computer changing the grades for all of us delinquents.
Oh,
I was like,
broke
don't tell the
in-
principal, I'll get expelled. And
I
she's
broke
just
into
crying.
the we had just my school because it was small for juvenile delinquents. We just had a certain amount of tests we had to take for senior tests
Yeah.
or something. I broke in, I stole all the tests, and we all had the tests.
Perfect. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And now there's a bunch of dumb fucks running around with high school degrees. Actually, they're not running around. They're dead or incarcerated.
I put a loaf of shit on the vice principal's car. Just laid it on her hood. It was awesome. I got away with that one.
It's weird when you're a bad kid too, and then you look at these theater majors, you're like, you fucking losers. And then you grow up and you're like, Brad Pitt was a theater major. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
all the people that
You're
are
like, oh,
everyone
that's
that's
good.
succeeding. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you can play the piano. I would have like called you a fag or something.
In
I've been trying to not say the word, but it's like I really like it, so sorry.
I'm not gonna say it, but it's a good word.
I heard
It-
3
without-
people said it on
without the
stage.
hate,
Can I just
without
say
the
something?
hate.
Yeah, there's no hate.
There's no hate behind
Can I just
it.
say 3 people said it on stage at the Comedy Store the other night, and the audience was starved for it. Starved for it.
Yeah. If you
I
do
talked to
a
the people,
smart joke,
You're not
and it's,
doing.
it's,
You're
yeah.
not. But it also, or you're just saying it as a word. You're not saying who like. You're not screaming it at
Brett Ernst
Jussie,
has a
whatever.
great bit about it. I don't even remember it, but I just remember dying.
But
Oh
I
my
talked to the
God.
audience afterwards, and they were like, "We loved it. We were so happy that we heard it."
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like things are switched. We just need to be normal. No, but like
Dude, okay.
everyone's like raging at each other.
It's like if you're saying it
at
someone with
yeah.
hate, yeah, go go kill yourself. Not really.
Brody.
Rest in peace, Brody. Hey.
We love you.
But you know what I mean? Like, no maliciousness. But if it's in the context of a joke on stage, it's like, dude, sometimes it's funny as fuck. And also, I worked in West Hollywood for fucking 9 years, and all the dope queens would say that
Right.
word, and
Well, it's
it
a
made me
generational
laugh.
thing. It's generational.
So hard. I was just like, where somebody's just a sassy gay dude, and he drops the F-bomb, and he calls another dude that, and I'm just like, you're dope as fuck. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I would die every time.
No, it's a generational thing. Like the older cool gays.
God damn it! I lose train of thought. I forgot what I
We
wanted
have
to talk about.
ADD.
God, what were
Probably
we talking about
shouldn't.
right before that?
We were talking about.
Delinquents.
Oh, I shit on a paper plate in Mexico.
It was
the
shitting.
loaf of shit. I remember now. I was
You
in
brought
Mexico.
it all the way from Mexico.
No.
It's a really old shit. Did it go through customs?
Yeah. I put in fucking canteen bottle.
It had to be taken by like a
Well, because
coyote or
it was
whatever.
like senior trip, like after high school, everyone
It had
plans a
to-
trip to Mexico, Puerto
yeah.
Vallarta shit. And my buddy, everyone's pranking everybody. And of course it's Mexico, so the crack under the door is this big. So they caught a bunch of crabs, like crabs from the ocean, and put them under the door. So we went into our room, we had crabs everywhere,
funny.
and they were
That's
throwing,
what happened to me in
they
college.
were water, and they were throwing
true.
water balloons at us because they were above and shit. Anyways, I was like, I'm gonna get these motherfuckers back. So I shit on a paper plate. I just fucking, and I slid it. I slid it under their door because the crack at the bottom of the door was this high, and they just opened the door to this plate of fucking human.
It's even better if
fecal
the
matter.
shit was like a little thicker and you had to like slice it like Play-Doh when it went in.
And they're just like, oh, fucking Craig. They knew immediately who that was.
I'm having the image of Play-Doh of shit going through one of
Yeah.
those Play-Doh spaghetti things.
It was
That's a fun
awesome. It
prank.
was awesome. And then we got their toothbrushes and we put it like under our nutsack and took photos. This is the disposable camera days,
Yes.
you know? And put it under our nutsacks and in our booty holes, and we just
Disposable
Fuck.
cameras got me. When I was in college, this makes me sound like the worst friend, but you know, I was young. My best friend, it was a small school, but my best friend her and her ex-boyfriend both went to the college.
yeah.
And he was mad at her, and so he had the party house, and she wasn't allowed to go to the parties. So we'd all go to the parties, and then the next day I'd be like, I mean, I'm sorry I went, but it was really fun, and
Yeah.
like blah blah blah. I would like fill her in. So we had all these different cameras, and I always turned things into a makeout party. I just always was like, orgy, let's go, this will be fun. And so I come back from the thing, and I go, I'm hammered still, you know. I go, listen, we all made out, but I did not make out with your boyfriend. Like, the shit. And then I had to come to her with the next day developed film. And there's a picture of me. I posted it on my Instagram recently of my tongue literally going into her ex-boyfriend's mouth. Like literally the most obviously like I'm fucking making. I mean, we weren't fucking. It was like all
Yeah.
innocent, but
So
she
you
and she
genuinely
laughed.
thought you did not.
I bragged. I went back and made out with everyone but him. I made out with literally everyone in the house but your ex-boyfriend because I'm a good friend. And she's like, had to just sit at home and read because everyone was at the fun party. and then I just show the picture, and she luckily is like my actual best friend, so she thought it was hilarious. But it was just like, I mean, I couldn't have bragged more. I was like, and then I got the things. I was like, okay.
Well, I forgot about that.
It was a triple kiss. There's another person behind you can't see, but my tongue was.
What is with
inserted.
like triple kissing in high school? It's so weird.
College, high school? I remember my when I lived in Santa Fe, I worked at a cowboy restaurant, like a Mexican restaurant, but it was called the Cowgirl, and you had to wear cowboy hats and shit. It's like, it's not already embarrassing to fucking wait tables. They like you had to have yolks on your shirt.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, did you
Why
go with
does- why
Chris?
does-
Did you go with Delia to Santa Fe? He just played
Which
there.
one's Santa Fe?
No, you wouldn't. Because it was like.
Oh,
a
New
whole-
Mexico?
Yeah.
No. I went to Santa Ynez. I was like, I went to one Santa.
But that looked fun. I would have asked to open for him if I knew he was going there. But anyway, so I lived there for 7 years. But so I'm at this restaurant, and they gave us Super Bowl Sunday off, all the employees, and they just let us drink whatever we wanted and stuff. So we got hammered. I turned that. Everyone was making out. Managers making out with like the hostesses. Then the kitchen guys, like straight Mexican kitchen guys coming out. And it was so funny because they would be like, it wasn't like a fun game for them.
Yeah.
Like they get their tongue. I remember the guy put his hand, like his finger was like in my. I was, whoa, we're just all making out, dude. It was so fast.
Get back in the kitchen.
I did bang one of them though.
That's
I did bang
awesome.
one of them.
Gotta
He was
give
hot.
the cook some lovin's.
He wasn't the cook though. He worked his way up to waiter.
He wasn't
proud
a
of
cook.
him.
He was a dishwasher.
No, he was a dishwasher at a time. David was hot.
He didn't work
wasn't-
there. He was just hanging in the alley.
No. There were these guys from Chihuahua. They were rich kids from Chihuahua. Their
My
parents
grandma
were like
was from
diplomats.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, so they would come up to Santa Fe and they would work at the restaurant. And but I knew them since they were like 17. I mean, I was only 21 or something. I wasn't that much older than them. But it was just like, ooh, like you're children. And then they worked their way up to, they were waiters and stuff. So they would come every season. And then eventually, I mean, it's bound to happen. But I didn't go with the hottest one. Alejandro was the hottest one. But David was the cool one.
What is
He was
with
the ugly one.
restaurants and everybody fucks everybody at a
Because
restaurant?
you're late nights, you're drinking. What are you going to do? It's like
Mhm.
comedy, dude. We're like, I used to be like, I don't fuck comics or whatever. And it's like, we're out late, we're laughing. It's like,
It happens.
it's gonna happen. People fuck, we're grown ups. I'm old. I'm like, come on. What am I gonna pretend that
How old
this
are
is-
you?
35.
Oh shit, I'm
How old are you?
34.
Youngin.
I turned 35 in a month though.
I'm turning 36 in July. That's 40.
May 24th. I'm
I gotta
35.
freeze I gotta make some money. I gotta sell pictures of my feet to freeze my eggs.
Me too.
Just to decide later.
You should just have a kid.
Yikes. Are you proposing a child? You're honestly, your
not
nephew's
ready.
so cute.
He's so cute.
He's crazy
That guy's
cute.
a fucking terrorist,
He's the cutest thing I've ever
He
seen.
is in you. Dude, you turn your head and he's got a butcher knife. You're like, where the fuck? I'm not even kidding.
Boys and girls
He's
are
into
different. That's when you realize that
everything.
there's like a gender difference.
It is relentless. It is exhausting. Like my sister's just like,
It's like
"Ugh,
Suicide Watch with a
he
boy.
will not. He'll fucking be like, ooh, oven's on. Let's go in it. You're like, what are you doing?
My nieces are
What
just
are
like
you
learning the
doing?
emotions to all of the songs, the emotions behind all the lyrics of Frozen. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you know? They're like, huh. My niece will go like, oh me, oh my. I'm like, you're 3. What are you doing?
Dude, yeah, I did my
They're
little.
just getting the
fucking-
vapors. I'm like, how's this happening?
What did he do recently? Oh, he just.
Do you have? Is that your only? But there's a new one too,
There's a
right?
niece. There's a niece and a nephew.
But a baby,
One's 6
baby, right?
weeks. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get a little nervous holding her. She's so tiny. I'm like, oh,
You don't want her
I'll
to say
take the
that.
bigger one. You know.
I don't want to say she molested you. or you
What?
molested
Why
her?
does everything go back to molestation with you?
Well, I was molested. Well, starters, I was molested. Well, why do you think I'm a comedian?
Yeah, well, so
It's
was
worth
I.
it.
You don't
I
hear
think
me
about it all
talking
the
about
time.
it.
I definitely think about it all the time. Like, totally worth it.
Yeah.
My life's so good. Totally worth it.
I could say I might have been molested, but I think I liked it because it was a girl and it was the
But how
older
old were
neighbor.
you?
I don't remember. She took me to the bathroom. I think we tried to have sex, but we were too little and we didn't know how to do it, so nothing happened.
How much older was she than you?
Just a year or two.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like crazy, but I remember that I enjoyed it. Whatever happened in there, my heart was heavy.
Well, I think there's a weird thing about molestation too, where you're like, if it's even with a grown up, you're like, because you're a kid and you want attention, so you're like, eh.
Yeah, I
You're like,
never. Mine was.
My joke on stage is like, I'm like, I did a lot for a Klondike bar.
Who the fuck has?
I was
Somebody
like, how
has
did I
one.
get here? I'm like, oh my god, this is so amazing. This is my job. I'm like, oh yeah, I
Somebody-
was molested. Worth it. Truly though, that's what I always think. Like all the hallucinogens I've done, all the work I've done on myself.
Oh, that's who it was.
What?
I'm not gonna name his name, but he was molested by his older brother,
Oh, that one's
And
rough.
he-
No one in
and
my
he-
family fucked me.
and he fucking he had this great bit. He's like, he I'm gonna fuck it up, but he's like he said he made me suck his dick and didn't even let me play the Xbox or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, that is so dark, but I laughed.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah. It's everything's funny.
You can make anything funny. As
Everything
dark as
is
a topic.
funny. Every fucking thing is funny. There's always a funny twist. It's an attitude shift. But I always try to like.
By the
look
way,
at
we're
that
not
stuff.
promoting molestation. Don't do that.
Don't molest, but if you get molested, live a little, have fun, enjoy the perks. You're funny. You're dark. You're a fucking weirdo now. You're in part of the club.
It's crazy how
My-
many people were molested.
Well, my best friend was molested by her uncle, and we always just like we just have such a good time. We have a line where like molesteds have the last laugh. Molesteds have the last laugh. We're like laugh just all.
Why?
We just like laugh. I don't know. It's like
Is
what are you
that
gonna?
like a thing you made up, or is that
Yeah,
a
that's
real?
what we say.
Okay.
We're like we're laughing. We're like having a good. There's no guilt. I mean, it's like
I
they're
have,
the deal with your guilt.
I have a joke where I say I was molested by a ghost, but I always say molested, like I'm from the South, and it makes me laugh.
I liked how you were saying it that way earlier. It was
Yeah.
funny.
There's nothing more to it than that.
What else? What were we talking about?
I don't know. It got kind of dark there.
It's
It's
not
like-
dark. It's fine. It's all
Okay.
good.
If
I
you're
feel like it's
molested,
fine.
go to therapy.
If you're
And
molested,
you-
do an open mic. You're probably funny. You're probably funny. This is great news. Work it. Work it. Trauma.
Oh yeah, we could talk. How long we been rolling?
55.
Oh, we're good. That flew by. We got to talk about the poopaloops now.
Okay.
When we get to the 50-minute marker, that's when we can talk about shit in your pants.
Spants.
I can't talk. I was molested. You got like a good, like you shit your pants on your wedding night as you're about to make love to your husband.
I was married on ecstasy once, and
You were? I was
I didn't
completely
sign.
kidding.
I didn't sign anything, so it didn't count. But
Oh, that's fantastic.
we had a full wedding. My friend had
Vegas?
just got ordained. No,
Oh, you were on Molly and just got
it was
married?
before Molly. It was before the Molly. It was when it was ecstasy. When I was in New Mexico, Darky Marky, my Mexican boyfriend, Darky Marky, and my vows were legit. this is not real. He was the worst boyfriend I ever had. He cheated. I was like, I was so scared it was gonna be real. He was being all real. Everyone was being real about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
it felt like I was like on a hidden camera show.
Yeah.
But also on Molly. But I got through that. I'm not married, I don't think.
I-
But I didn't shit my pants. But I shit my pants recently, which is a kind of good story. But
What's the best one? It doesn't have to be the most
I,
recent.
molested.
Yeah.
The mo recent. I was living in Brooklyn. I was at the coffee shop, and I got a call from Caroline's. I had been doing comedy for like 2.5 years. I got a call from Caroline's, and they were like, Jim Norton picked you to open for him. And I was like, I never met him or anything. I was like, huge fan of Jim Norton. Huge fan. I was like, what? So I got really
he was
like,
molested. Monster Rain.
yeah.
Watch that special. So funny.
He
Oh my
actually,
God.
when we did Stress Factory, he took me like he's like, those are the woods we sucked each other's dicks in. I'm like, Norton, you're the best. He's the best. I love Jimmy. He was my first comedy papa.
Yeah.
But so so I got the call and I was so excited. I want to tell my dad. So I'm like leaving the coffee shop. I have like 4 blocks to go to my house. And I'm stepping out and I have to fart. So I'm like, but I'm feeling cocky. Like I'm feeling confident. I'm going to fucking fart and tell my dad about this shit. So I like step out and it's a shart. You know, when you're a fucking asshole's like, nice try, bitch. You thought you were going to fart. You're not. You're going to go home. That's what's going to happen. You're going to go home right now.
You thought you're going to fart. You're going to throw your under away.
But you're definitely going to, you have some MacGyvering to do right now. So then I'm on the phone with my dad. I'm like, Dad, I just shit my pants. And he goes, I'm sick of this, and hangs up on me. I'm like, what? What is he talking about? It's not like I'm calling my dad
Yeah.
and like saying this all the time.
You always shit your pants.
So then I call him back and go, Daddy, what's going on? I'm like squish squashing home right now. Like, I need your moral support. And he's like, what? He goes, you and your mother are always pranking me. I'm like, what are we doing? Why is Mom involved? And he goes, your mother just shit her pants too.
You guys synchronize
We
shit?
synchronized shit, and then
Oh
he
my
thought
God.
she told me, and
That's fantastic.
yeah, isn't that good?
That's amazing.
We're
Now
close,
that's a Kodak moment.
and that's how I knew I wasn't adopted.
Yeah. Hey, have I told the one where I shit my pants at my dad's house and stained his white carpet?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'll tell another one. So
Hang on, I got more. Did I say the one where I shit my pants at soccer practice and the log fell out my shorts and hit my calf and left a skid mark on
Yep.
it? What about American Home Loans, where I shit my pants at work in
Yep.
shorts? Damn.
I shit my pants I had shitting problems when I was a kid to the point where I was constipated, so they gave me laxatives. I think I was just lactose intolerant, but that wasn't really like a thing people talked about back then. So I was just in severe stomach pain at all times. Like, what's wrong with him? Ah! But so I would like hold on my shitting because it would hurt my asshole, and I'd be hiding in closets, like just like trying not to shit. I was just trying not to shit my entire childhood.
What
Just
is with,
trying not to shit.
I was like constipated or had diarrhea too, and it was just a thing. Like we ate top ramen and Kool-Aid. There was no probiotics. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Did I say how my sisters tricked me into drinking Philip's milk of magnesia diarrhea medicine or whatever?
I don't think so.
So my middle name is Philip, and my sister. I have 2 older sisters. They're 5 and 7 years older than me, so they played pranks on me my whole life. I already talked about this, but they literally super glued my lips together twice.
That's really fucked up.
But my middle name is Philip.
That's really fucked up.
That's so fucked up. It hurts so bad, and they
That's
cut
so
my
funny.
mouth open with a fucking knife.
They're gangster. That's why your sister's son has a knife, dude.
No,
That's blood.
As fucked up as that sounds, it was like innocent. It's like, oh, let's play with this. It wasn't like, let's get Phil up.
They're gangster.
But
I did that to my mouth on my brother's dick. It was so weird. We're twins. It's a weird thing. Anyway, go ahead.
What? Jesus Christ. So they have
Molesteds
Phillips.
have the last laugh.
They in my mom and dad's medicine cabinet, they had Phillips milk and magnesia help you shit, and they said, "Oh, my middle name's Philip." They're like, "That's yours. It's for you. You take sips whenever you want." I was like, "Ooh," and it tasted minty, and I liked it. So I was always taking sips of fucking Phillips diarrhea medicine, and I always had diarrhea, and they couldn't figure
But now
out
you
why.
have this podcast because of it. Do you know what I mean? Our trauma
Yeah,
breeds
You're
comedy.
right. You're right.
So mine is so I'm I'm constipated and stuff. So I'm holding my shit in on a plane. We're flying to Arizona to meet. I'm from Philly. We're flying to Arizona to see my cousins. And I'm holding my shit and, and eventually I just walk I'm 4 or 5. I would just walk to the bathroom and just a hard turd just comes out and you just kick it out of my pant leg. My oshbosh bagashas or whatever. And then it rolls over and my dad sees it. And I'll never forget the betrayal because I got, they give you a free soda and it's not like I was getting soda all the time. So I had my free soda, on the plane. My dad takes my 7-Up and he puts the turd in the 7-Up and I'm like, Daddy, no, my 7-Up. Ah. And he's probably like, shut up, bitch. And then he's like, takes it and he said that when he took it to the flight attendant, he handed it to her and he goes, it's exactly what you think it is. And he's just got this screaming kid. That's my 7-Up. I just shit myself. But there wasn't like wiping that needed to be happening because I had held that shit and it was so solid. It came out with like plop.
That's the
like,
one good thing about shitting rocks is you don't need to wipe.
Right, you're fucking good. I'm like, all right, I'm good. But so then at nursery school, they were trying to give me laxatives. So then they sent me to school and I shit my pants so much. I had so much overflow diarrhea, got on the rug and stuff, that they were like, if this ever happens again, your daughter is not welcome. I almost got expelled from
That's got to be
nursery
illegal.
school.
Oh, I got kicked out of preschool because me and my cousin, we wouldn't go to sleep when it was nap time and we would run around and step on all the kids because we were just hopped up ghetto Mexican kids on sugar. And we were just like, Lisa,
It was
she's
all that
crazy.
sugar and spice together.
Yeah.
They put all that fucking...
And we used to just fucking step on the kids
Chile
sleeping. And they'd be
on
like,
stuff.
you guys got to go to sleep. And we're like, fuck that. We're fucking kids, man.
Yeah. Did whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
That's probably why I got molested so much.
I used Jesus.
I was given away to every adult. They're like, do you want her? Anyway.
This fucking... Crazy.
Okay, so then I got a what is it called? Writer session, director session, producer session. When you go to auditions and you go like you do a first audition, call back, then they want you to meet with the producer and then you're going into test for the pilot, okay?
I've never had any of those.
But I've had the first one I ever auditioned for was The Comedians, that one that was on FX with Billy Crystal, and it was Larry Charles who did Curb Your Enthusiasm. He did Sasha's thing, Borat. He's like amazing. He did Seinfeld and stuff. So I was like with him, and then I went and I tested with Billy Crystal and I improvised with Billy Crystal, and it was the first time I'd ever auditioned. I was like, pilot season's not bad. Pilot season's awesome. And then I had only failure, like to the point where I was depressed and like shaking in bed and felt like shit after that. But it was like, this is easy. How
fun was it working with Billy? It was the best or what?
I mean, it was great, but I knew I wasn't going to get the part because I Googled the girl before me and it was a picture of her with Josh Gad and he was the other guy. But it was so fun to just go in the room and be myself and everyone liked me and stuff.
Yeah.
It was cool. But
I fucking grew up watching Billy Crystal.
It was so
funny.
cool. It was so cool. It was really, really, really cool to meet him. And, I've been so like blessed in this career. It's the shit I get to do. And I've been opening for Rob Schneider and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, walking by Pauly Shore, I'm like, what's going on with my life? Like, I was just
isn't it surreal that like people you grew up watching on television,
David Spade,
they're like, hey, what's up, Craig? What's up, Annie? And you're like, I just
talked to David Spade last night.
You know what I mean?
I smoked a joint. One of my last joints, I smoked a joint with Norm Macdonald. What the fuck?
Fucking love Norm Macdonald.
I'm so glad I
watched Dirty Work last week. I almost shit my pants.
And can I just tell you,
almost
the joint was the best thing like, it was a better hang than you can imagine because Adam Eget's there too, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's not smoking, he's sober, but he was just like, oh, what about this story or whatever. Adam's like the best ever on because he just he like pimps out these stories and it's like the greatest stories I've ever heard. I'm like, Norm Macdonald just told me the best story.
Norm Macdonald is the funniest motherfucker. He's
so
my favorite.
good.
He's so fun. I watched his sitcom when I was a kid, and I still remember jokes from it. He got this like old guy's oxygen mask. He was in an old folks home, and he's like, "Oh my god, he's like, this is good for your memory. Hit this shit." He's getting high off oxygen.
Yeah.
He's like, "I remember where my history book is. I lost when I was 12," and I'm just like, I still remember that. You know, it's crazy.
But it's just what an unbelievable that we get, and we're doing the same shows
with
these people. It's
everybody is like.
But the fact that I'm past the Comedy Store is crazy too. I always think about it like my name's like right on the wall. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm doing that Comedy Store documentary.
It's awesome.
They posted the press. I posted the press release today, but they had posted it, and it's just famous people, and then my name's like in the middle of it.
You're like, fuck yeah.
I'm like, this is sick, dude. I'm like sandwiched in. It's so cool.
Isn't it
I mean,
funny?
for the viewers, I'm very successful, and it's
She's-
weird that I'm
she
even
doesn't
talking
sell
about
pictures
this.
of her feet.
It's so crazy.
I
I'm
am too.
not
I
even
have
broke.
a kitchen now and a new camera.
I go into Erewhon. Every time I go into Erewhon, I go, I'm rich. I'm always like, hey guys, what's going on? I have health insurance and I'm super rich. I don't even care.
Every time I go to Erewhon, I go, do you take EBT? No, but isn't it a trip where people will ask me like, hey, do you know Rogan? And I'm like, yeah, I
Yeah.
actually do. And
Rogie?
it's so weird.
Papa?
I mean, not well. We're not like fucking best buds, but it's just a trip that people are like, do you know this person? I'm like, yeah, I got coffee with him yesterday. And
Yeah.
it's just a mind fuck. It's just weird because you grow up watching them on television and in
so
movies.
cool.
And you're like, oh, I just was on a show with David Spade, Sarah Silverman, and Joe Rogan.
Even like the Pivens and shit. I'm like, yo, Piven's doing comedy. I'm like, I'm with Piven right now, guys. What's up?
yeah. I watched him. He was in that one movie. What was it? Summer Camp with like John Cusack or
I
Summer
don't remember.
Rental?
Summer rental. Yeah.
Summer Rental. Was that with John Candy or John Cusack? There's a couple summer ones. I forgot.
Couple Johns, couple Summers.
Yeah, but he was in one. I remember watching that when I was like 8, and then seeing
Yeah.
him later in Entourage, and then seeing him at the Comedy Store. It's like
It's
so weird.
so weird. It's so
It is weird.
cool. I just try to give everyone respect. I think people like, you know, like,
I forgot I wanted to say I forgot to mention Chris Farley in Dirty Work. Do you remember him
mm-hmm.
and his famous line?
What if I forgot Chris Farley?
You're like,
Who?
who's that? But do you remember his famous line in that movie where he goes, "There goes the Saigon whore that bit my nose off," and he has a clay nose, and it's the weirdest shit. But I laugh so hard, and then he ends up getting married to the
Yeah.
Saigon whore that bit his nose off. And the last scene in the movie, he gets in a fight with her, and he's like, "That's my nose," and it is so fucking stupid and weird. It might have been one of his last roles.
Like, if he was alive, we would like meet him.
Yeah, we would. I worked with his brothers,
It's crazy.
and they did a podcast, and they told I went to a live taping of their podcast at the Second City of Hollywood Boulevard, and they started talking about their brother, and of course, it was sad because they miss him. We all do. We loved him, and but they said the best story that he was nuts. He was nuts, and they said that in his family home, their dad and mom and dad were very conservative, very polite, you know, just, I don't fucking know, but just fucking prim and proper, maybe Christian, whatever. And that they had a dinner party, and all the 3 boys had to go upstairs, and they're not allowed downstairs. It's adults only. And he said they're all looking at a Playboy, and Chris goes, "Watch this." And they said he just threw it down, and it floated, and it landed like centerfold out, titties up. And then he yelled something like, "Titties out," or, you know, and then like to his parents, that was like a mortal sin, you know.
Yeah.
And he was always like that. And I just remember hearing that, and that was like 7 years ago.
That's sort of like being held emotionally, like someone's like like they're getting you in that type of trouble, and it's like so uncomfortable. It's so fun.
It's so funny.
My dad always fucking does shit like that to
Yeah.
me. Not with the porno or anything, but like my old house, the downstairs neighbor was such a cunt about noise to my friend who lived there before me. I got her apartment after this one. So I went in knowing that this girl was going to be annoyed, and I'm way louder than I'm so loud. I get a noise complaint every day. It's just who I am. I can try, but even my trying, I'm loud.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I knew I was going to be louder than these people. So I just was very cold to her, and I just was, you know, I never made it a comfortable place for her to come complain because I knew she'd complain all the time. So, and if she had something, she could talk to my fucking boyfriend at the time. So I tell my dad this. I go, yeah, I don't really talk to her. We smoke weed, and my dad just starts stomping on the ground. He goes, "Bitch." And I'm like, "Dad, no."
Dude, that's
fucking
awesome.
bitch. It's so funny. And then we're walking he loves to get high and then walk to the grocery store. My dad's so funny. He's hilarious. He's like 78. He's just the best. He's so fun. But so we're going by her window, and it's just the slots, you know? It's not like a real window. And he just goes, "Oh, is she fingering herself?" I'm like, "Dad, stop!" I'm like, and I'm like, you realize you're old enough at this point that I just have to say you're senile. I have to just be like, my dad's fucking senile. He's crazy.
That's
But he just-
awesome, though. I'm going to
He's so
do that
funny,
to my
but he
kids.
does stuff like that where you're like, he'll just teeter with your it's like will affect your actual life, but it's so funny. Like it's, and my mom has millions of stories of my dad
Yeah.
doing stuff like that to him. But it's funny. It's like pranks and bullying, and I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, no, I love it. Did I tell the one where my grandpa would tap dance to embarrass?
Yeah.
Damn, I always tell. They're all. It's my podcast. You tell all your.
So
stories.
wait, so producer session. So I have to go. I'm opening for Rob Schneider in Houston, and I'm supposed to go Thursday,
When?
Friday, Saturday. I've already done it, so this
Okay,
isn't the story.
I'm in Houston this weekend.
So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm supposed to leave on Thursday or something. And I get this producer session like without auditioning for this thing to go right in for it. So that's a really good sign. That's cool. And I haven't gotten one since 2013 or whatever when I did the thing with Billy Crystal. So, and Rob's cool. He gets it. So I call him, and I'm getting over the worst cold I've ever had. I'm home. I had just broken up with my boyfriend. I'm staying at Eleanor Kerrigan's place. She's out of town. I've used every tissue she has. It looks like my brother's bed in high school with his Buffy poster, just like tissues everywhere and just like piles. I'm so sick, but I gotta go. I gotta have this weekend with Rob, and he's cool that he's like, you can stay that extra day because you got to do that thing. That makes sense. That's going to be good. And then I got to study for this thing, and I got to go into this thing, but I don't want to go in sick. It's so grody to go in sick to it. It's such a bummer, such a bad move to go and you're coughing. Everyone's going to get sick. It was such a bad cold. So my friend's a hippie, and I call her, and she's like, you need to go right now to Whole Foods. You need to get them to make you ginger juice, and you need to get all these things. So she has me getting all these herbal things and stuff. And she's like, but you need to chug ginger juice all day. So I'm like, okay.
I love ginger shots.
Wait a second. I'm taking ginger. I got pints of ginger I'm drinking, okay?
Yeah.
And it's hard to drink, but I'm doing it. I'm taking
It's
elderberry. I'm
spicy.
taking all this stuff. I wake up in my own shit. Okay, I've got this thing in the morning. And then I gotta fly out. I wake up in my own warm, hot shit. It's hot. Like I'm like, oh no, it's green. It's like bad. It's bad. And I'm like,
You got ready to.
wait a second. I gotta go to the call. I'm like, but it's like I'm shitting myself. I had pints of it. I'm shitting myself. It's not stopping.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a popping a modi. I mean, it's like coming out warm. It's coming out hot.
That's
So
awesome.
I call my friend. She goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that's the side effect."
You'll shit yourself.
And also, I'm not better.
Yeah.
I'm just coughing, and then shit's coming out, and I'm coughing. So then I just figured it. I was like, I'm gonna put on a pad, right, a big overnight pad. I'm just gonna hope it doesn't.
Torpedo.
And I ended up getting it. I shit like before and after I went in, but I ended up getting through it and not getting the part.
That's
but-
fantastic.
But I got through it, and then I had to fly out. But so that was my last. It's so warm. You know when it's hot, you're like, this is gonna be a good couple days here.
Yeah.
Like this isn't.
What is
It's
it
burning.
when you're sick and you fart? It's like extra sewer, extra stinky. It's
Try
like
being
the
a girl.
fart knows,
period.
like there's a virus in the fart too,
Oh, I almost showed my feet.
Caught a minor glimpse.
You did? I know my
Oh,
nails
shit.
polish is so good. Sorry. You get a little peek, babies. You get a little peek of my feet, little foot fetish boys. You want to cut my feet off? You want to fuck my feet holes? Oh, you're sick.
Oh man,
You're
this
sick.
is a wild one.
You're sick. But for the right price, I'll give you 1 foot. I got 2. How many millions of dollars would I need to give a foot?
What?
No, I wouldn't give a foot.
No, that's your walk.
I love to exercise. Did that sound like I was lying? I mean it. I love it. I fucking love it. It's a weird new shift in my life. I
love
fucking
to drink ginger.
love it.
Juice.
Do you hike?
Yeah, all the time.
We should hike.
All right.
We'll hike.
I do Runyon all day.
Runyon's my jam. You go the hard one, obviously.
yeah. Yeah.
But you do the left hard one, not the right one.
I do whatever. It
The
doesn't
right
matter.
one's kind of bullshit.
I do the left one like up all the fucking.
That one's
where
the
you
one.
fall a lot.
Yeah.
It's a little dusty.
I like the dusty one.
Yeah.
Because it's hard and then you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go.
But jiu-jitsu, fucking
Let's
yoga.
go get ginger shots of Erewhon on my
Fucking ginger
EBT and
shot.
that shit.
Fucking fuck you up, dude. Fuck, you want my feet picked? Fuck you up.
You want to play dodgeball on Sunday?
Maybe. I don't have health insurance. I get scared
I
of all
don't
these
either.
things I
Who
do.
cares?
You don't have health insurance?
No.
This is so fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, let's play dodgeball. We're going to play
Alright,
dodgeball.
We're gonna play dodgeball.
Next time you see me, it's going to look like I got a nose job because I broke my nose playing that.
There's no
Dodgeball.
headshots, but they happen all the time.
Ooh, who plays?
Nobody you know.
Good. Okay, good. I get scared. Did you get an invite to that comedy brunch?
No.
I'll add you to the list, but they do undisclosed participants. I'm like, I need to know who's going to be I'm just going to show up. It's going to be like someone I would rather be dead than hang out with. Not that I have any of those anymore. I think I've squashed all my beefs.
I don't really got no beefs.
Girls start beef. Girls fucking start beef, man. I had girls friend dump me. I'm like, why do you just stop hanging out with me? It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I like moved here from New York. I'm like, girl, you need a friend. I don't even live in the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Later, bitch.
There's
She's
people
funny, though.
I like would not want to be around, but I don't really.
There's just people when you
have
show up and you
beef.
go, "Ooh, I avoid
like-
talking to you."
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want to walk this way. You got bad juju, and I don't want it
yeah. There's
rubbing
actually
off
one
on me.
person. There's one person like that with me where I'm like, she's just two. There's one chick at the Comedy Store. I bet you know who she is. She just leech, man. It's like, why are you here? You want stuff from us? I might have even talked to you about her.
Yeah.
I did. I talked to you about her.
Yeah,
the
I
other
know
day.
who you're talking about.
What do you want, bitch? Get out of here.
It's like, yo, just fucking, it'll
You
happen.
can't have my
when it
soul. You
happens.
can't have my soul, bitch.
Everything that will be, will be. It'll happen when it happens. Just chill the fuck out.
Everybody
and rub
relax.
Your
Do a little
nuts.
DMT. Do some DMT.
I retired. I got sober before that came out. I regret.
It doesn't count.
I did all of them.
It truly doesn't count.
All right, let's do it.
It's medicine.
Hey, let's do it while we're
It's
playing
medicine.
dodgeball.
It explains your shit. It's 5 minutes. It's nothing. It's medicine.
Okay.
It does not count.
You sold me. 5.5 years sober.
I don't think it counts.
Okay.
But whatever. I smoked weed for. I'm 10 years no drink.
That's fantastic. Nobody knows this. Alcohol is the worst drug on planet Earth.
It's so great to not do
is
it.
the
Weed's not
worst.
good too, though. Weed's bad.
Weed's
Weed's
fine.
Weed's underrated in how bad
No, I
negative
tell
it can
everybody
be.
the same shit. If you abuse weed, yeah, it's terrible. It's a dream killer because you won't leave your fucking
It's
home.
it's such a weird added. I think Deborah DiGiovanni said this to me, or maybe I'm not paraphrasing it right or whatever.
I love her.
but she's the funniest,
I
best. She's
love
so
her.
funny.
She's
She's so
the
funny. She's so
funniest.
funny. She's so funny. She's so funny.
Deborah
she's so funny.
DiGiovanni is the funniest female
She's
on
the
this
funniest.
fucking planet Earth.
She's the funniest. I mean, you didn't have to throw in female.
I know. I don't know
But
why
she's
I
the
did.
funniest. She's so funny. She's so
We'll
funny.
bleep that
she's
out,
so
Chris.
funny. She's so funny.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She's so funny. Hands
I
down.
said human being.
We can splice that in.
I said female.
She's so funny. I mean, people think you're a girl and ask for your feet, so it's fine.
That's fine.
But it's like walking. It's just adding mud. So you're walking through mud. It's just now I'm walking through mud, and it's a depressant for me. I'm fine with anyone doing what they want to do. If that makes you happy, do your thing. It made me depressed. It makes me slow on stage. I can't trust myself.
I smoked weed for 17 fucking years of my life. When you're a stoner, you're happy when you're high. But then when you're not high, you're not happy. So you always have to be high.
Right.
That's how it was for me when I was a habitual. I abused marijuana. I mean, I know it's just a fucking plant, but like you can abuse anything.
No, of course.
You can abuse anything.
CBD.
So it was fucking my. I'm out. You
Special
got any more?
K. I was like, am I gonna be one of the people that gets like a bladder problem from how much I just did? Anyway.
Yeah, it's just like, if you could smoke and you want to watch Lord of the Rings, that's fine. If you're smoking every day before you brush your fucking teeth, get the fuck out of here. Put that shit down.
I think it's a beautiful life, and if you're just paying attention, you don't need weed. But
That's true.
if you want to do, it's fucking
It's true.
beautiful.
If you're fucking,
It's beautiful to be alive. It's beautiful to be alive. It's good to be alive. I wake up so fucking. I pop up on a couch every day, like. It's so good.
I wake
I'm
up in
so
my
happy.
$1,800 bed and I'm like, man, I wish I slept longer. That's the most expensive thing I own.
I
That's why I
can't
had to
sleep.
name the price.
I
It's
can't
sad when the
sleep
biggest
when I
asset you
what's
have is your mattress.
That's not sad. That means you're fucking, dude. Does it go up and down?
No.
I made fun of my friend. I hooked up with my friend years ago, and I made fun of his bed. I wish I could say who it is because it makes it funnier. And he goes, "Oh, is that funny?" And I go, "Yeah." And then he started making it like turn into a hand. It was like the most comfortable. I've never been served so hard in my life. I was like crying, laughing. I was
Yeah.
like, "This is so embarrassing." You have that.
I
What are
could
you
have
old
had
man?
one of those
It
beds,
was like-
but it was too heavy to move, and I
he
just
like-
was like,
What is it? Tempur-Pedic?
sleep number
I'm about
bed.
to pop
Yeah,
on
that's
that
a
bitch.
Tempur-Pedic hybrid. It's fucking it's so dope.
That's great. Why are you upset about it?
No, I'm not. That's the best investment I've ever. If you, I don't care if you don't have money, you lease, you finance, you go to rent a center, you get ripped off. Get a good goddamn mattress. That shit is the
or
best thing.
sleep on your friend's couch and just have a good attitude. and sometimes a sore neck.
And
But have a tennis ball. You can massage that out.
And shit green stuff on Eleanor Kerrigan's couch.
Dude, I fucking luckily, I fucking cleaned everything up.
Eleanor's like,
was
what the
so
fuck
warm.
happened on my couch? She's from
Eleanor's
Philly.
The nicest. She was the most gracious. I mean, it was the nicest. I
Eleanor's
just have none
so
of that.
dope. Eleanor made me feel so. I met her when I first started, and she's like, "Good job, kiddo," and I was like,
But she's tough too, so you're not like, it's not like some
"Oh,
weird
I know."
sugar-coated bullshit.
No, because if I wouldn't have
She's
done a good
so
job,
sweet.
she would have not have
She
said
wouldn't have
that.
been
She would have
mean to
been.
you, but
She would have
she
been
would've
like, "Oh, I want to be over here."
She's so great.
Yeah, she's the shit.
I'm excited to be her roommate or her neighbor. And then so I'm coming out of her house one day, and I stayed there for like a week. And her landlord lives next to her, and he's like, "What's your deal?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going through a breakup." And I looked sad, and he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm very happy about that." I'm like, "My friend just died. It was right after Brody died."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, was it Brody?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, he used to come by and hang out here. We all loved him so much." And
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
was the best.
I was
Remember
like,
how
anyone that knows Brody, I'm like, "Oh,
everybody
yeah.
loved Brody. He's
Yeah.
the shit. Remember how we made that joke? Like I bought like an expensive jacket. So I was just crying because Brody died, and I was like, and then I
For
think you
Brody.
started it. You're like, for Brody. For
No,
Brody.
I was like smoking cigarettes. All of a
It's
sudden,
for
I'm like,
Brody.
for Brody. I'm like,
We're
eating
eating
garbage.
brown. I mean, I always eat brownie Sundays, but I think
Yeah, I
you
was
ate
like,
like a
"For
shake. You're like, for
Brody."
Brody. You're like, I'm not doing sugar right now, but for Brody.
I got out of so much stuff. I'm like, my friend died. But I mean, the truth was this is how I look at the Brody thing still. It's like when you're a waitress or a waiter and you're holding a tray full of drinks and someone comes and pulls a drink off and you're like, whoa, like it still feels like that. Like it doesn't feel like.
Yeah, it's weird. It'll hit
It just
you out
feels
of nowhere.
like. Did you see what Zach Galifianakis said at the memorial?
Yeah, it was.
I'm
so
like, why do we have
good.
to look at? I have it somewhere.
I don't know
Should
if I
read
talked
it?
about it, but that's how
I should.
good Brody was. Like literally, John Hamm,
Was
Zach Galifianakis,
John Hammered.
and fucking. But I'm just saying, open micers to John Hamm. You know what I mean? Like
He just was amazing.
he
Where's my
just.
phone?
I don't know.
Because I want to read the thing. Because I
Yeah,
have
read
what
the
he
Brody
said.
thing.
Where did it? I definitely brought it in. Did I have keys? Did I throw them on your bed? I was like, let's get to it. I lost all my stuffy.
Let me call you.
Here's my key. Maybe I left it in my car. That's cool. I've
You're
never
in
left
the
my
moment.
phone.
You're living your best life. I'm calling you right now.
It's funny. It's not like stupid bitch. You
No,
put me in
why?
the phone. It's like, maybe.
Why would I?
I'll
put
try.
that? I think I have. I don't know.
It must be
I
in my
have-
car. All right. Well, it was the gist of it was that he was like, he said something along the lines of like this sunset that we've all been witnessing over the past few weeks and over Brody and our hearts has been a really difficult one, but a beautiful one. He's like, I'm really proud of all of this and of Brody and how he touched everyone. And this sunset is a really hard one to look away from. And I think about that every day. Like it's a
He
hard
said
one to look
something
away
else
from.
too, and it, like to his family, he said
Yeah.
like if
This
you're
is what he's been
wondering
doing.
the work Brody did,
Yeah.
look around. This is it.
Yeah, and to his mom and his sister, this is the work that Brody's been doing. Thank you all for coming and all of that stuff. And then he said, yeah, it was like this is a hard sunset to look away from, and I just keep thinking, I'm like, I don't want to look away from it.
I'm trying not to cry. God damn you,
I don't
Brody,
like
for Brody.
stop. I think about him every day. I talk about him every day. It just, I don't know. It just feels like the right move to lean into him and not forget him.
Yeah, he was such a pleasant weirdo.
He was so crazy. He was the
He
crazy.
was so
I came up
crazy.
behind Sandy. They were like playing videos of him. I came up behind Sandy. And I was like, "This is truly the craziest man we've ever known." He's so
He's
crazy.
insane. He's insane.
He's so sweet. Adam's giving me one of his drumsticks.
I already said this story, but it's so worth repeating. He spoke at Chelsea Skidmore and Stephen Randolph's wedding and talked about baseball for 15
He's
minutes.
so funny.
And any non-comic was just like, what the fuck is going on here? You know? And any comic was like, yes, like this is amazing.
He
He's
yeah.
just insane. He was
He's
insane.
so funny. We just had gone to get. I just done his podcast. And we went out to this like sausage place, and he ordered. It was so funny. He ordered the Hangover. They had different names for the things,
Yeah.
and he ordered the Hangover, and everyone was like, "Hangover 1, Hangover 2,
Yeah.
cut out a funny." But he was the best. I talked to him but it's weird because I just still feel like he's here. But if you do DMT, you realize he is. He is still here, and he's doing
Well,
good.
we're all energy. We don't really die. We just go to the next world, whatever the fuck that
It
is.
is just like weird.
Nobody
though.
knows. No book.
I just saw him so frequently that within 2 days, I'd already been to every place I'd seen him at
Yeah,
without him.
It was so weird.
Because I just saw him so regularly,
Yeah.
and we had just been talking. I talked to him on Wednesday. Everyone's like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "Follow your instincts. Any impulse you have, just go for it. Positive jump." You know what I mean?
That's a good joke. See, that's fantastic.
By
Making light of suicide.
I love that motherfucker. But I think about him every day. I kiss that picture going up to the.
Yeah.
I
to
kiss
the
it on the
belly.
cheek. I give it a smack on the cheek every day.
I close my eyes.
You do.
No, I don't know what I do. I get
hug
sad. I'm
him.
like, oh, he's
It doesn't even
dead.
make me
He's
say so
dead now.
smiley. But that picture in the hallway, I'm gonna get them to change it. I don't like it. It's too
Yeah,
dark.
it's
Negative looking.
Yeah, he had so many happy-go-lucky photos,
Yeah.
and that one's like, that photo. I'm not even trying to be funny, but it looks like, oh, that looks like a guy that's
He's about to kill himself. I'm
'Cause
gonna.
he looks manic and sad.
Don't you think that this one, if
Yeah,
it's black
absolute-
and white,
oh
so
my God.
I'll get that. I'll just make it and bring it in and
Yeah,
trade it out.
and just fucking switch
Yeah,
it.
they'll do it.
Nobody
They're
even
fine.
needs to know.
They're fine.
Yeah,
Except
because he has so many photos where he's such a happy, eccentric weirdo, like the sex is back one or that one where he's like
Yeah.
this. And they chose this one where he's kind of like,
It's like the shading
He's
is
like
like,
lo-
dark.
it's-
He looks like
yeah, he
so
looks sad.
dark. He wasn't, and he was dark. I remember going like, I was like, Brody, you're dark. Positive push, like right before.
yeah,
He had that good chest. Brody was hot. He had like a good
Brody was
body.
ripped. He used to pitch.
Ugh.
He used to pitch.
And all of his
He was a
friends.
pitcher.
Oh my God, I've talked to some of his friends online. It's like, oh, miss Brody. But he's getting a lot of love, and I think it'll continue. So
I know. I never
just
had
keep
him on
it
my
up.
podcast. I want to edit a clip of him. I know it exists somewhere of him telling a shit story where he shit his pants, and I'll splice it in at the end. I don't know.
that's intellectual property theft. But we'll do it.
I'll
We're down.
tag
He's
whoever
dead.
fucking posted it.
But he's fucking dead. I have, the guy who made rockin' pins, that made the Brody
Yeah.
pins, which, by the way, you guys go to my Instagram. I post about it all the time. Get them, and that's all going towards this guy got a bench in Brody's name at
That's so dope.
the, what is it? What is it?
Reseda Park.
Reseda
or
Park.
Some shit. Yeah.
And he was trying to get the high school changed to Brody Stevens High.
oh my god.
But it's too expensive. But I'm like, we should do a GoFundMe, dude. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
enough
yeah.
rich friends.
Fucking Rogan will
How
fund that in a
fucking cool would
second,
that
dude.
be? Brody Stevens High.
It'd be so dope.
But I just feel like he's one of those ones, like, there's some sad, like, where you're like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, I've never not wanted to talk about it. He's like when you would see him, you never wanted to not talk to him.
yeah.
He was the best.
I remember I did this show in San Diego, and I was featuring. He was headlining, and I was walking to the show, and he was in his car listening to "Killing of the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine, just fucking playing the drums on his dash and his steering wheel. And I look at him, he just goes, "What's up?" And it was just such a weird,
I can't wait to get one of those
funny,
fucking drumsticks.
awesome moment. And I was just like, "What a fucking
I almost want
true
to.
weirdo,"
I asked
you know,
his
in the best way."
the people that put the memorial together. I was like, can I have one of those big pictures? And the chick was like, sure, but I don't have an apartment yet. But then I'm like, the reason that's too big is because you can't. That means that I'm gonna have this giant picture of Brody for my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, well, this one's not making it to the next house. You can't throw a giant picture of Brody away.
I put, like, I have my dead grandmas on the inside of that closet door
Yeah.
because, like, I want them a part of me, but I'm like, I don't want to get creeped out too much
Yeah.
by 82-year-old Silver Fox Nana looking
I hooked
at
up
me.
with
You know?
I went up to Ventura to hook up with my ex-boyfriend from college, and I left. I took the Brody pin off because I was like, Brody, you don't need to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And then I left
Brody,
it.
you don't need to see this.
Brody, this is no. I don't even
All right,
need to
come,
be a part of
come
this.
fuck my feet, babe.
I don't even need to be a part of this. So hot though, but oh boy, tragic. But anyway, so I left. I went to drive back, and I had left the Brody pin, and I was like, dude, you got to leave work and get it. I can't. I'm not leaving Brody and Ventura. So I
Yeah.
came back around, and then he doesn't know Brody or anything, and he goes, enjoy it, and I was like, Brody.
Yeah.
Brody, you watched me bang this dude for fucking 20 when I was 21. Every 5 years. Never again. Sorry if you're watching. Never again. We're done. It's a wrap.
That's it. All right.
Okay,
Thank you so
Brody.
much for community service, podcast, watching, listening, subscribing. I said that backwards, but you get the fucking idea. This is Annie Lederman.
It's Letterman.
Fuck. It's all right.
It's
I
okay.
can't even pronounce words.
Follow me
I
on
do know.
Instagram. It's where I shine.
I'll tag you in all this shit. They'll find you.
Tag me.
And I love you all. Thanks for
Listen to
listening.
my podcast that's coming out.
Have a good evening.
2 weeks. Me
1
Inspiration.
week, because this comes out
1
in a
week. Me Inspiration on all things comedy.
Yeah.
Me Inspiration Pod on Instagram.
She's going to talk about molestation and Brody.
We're going to fucking bully people. It's going to be fun. Bully people into being better. It's going to be fun.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, bully to be better.
Yeah.
Work harder.
Yeah.
Eat healthy.
Yeah.
Exercise. You
Hell
know what
yeah.
I mean? That's
Yeah,
so
that's gonna be
funny. I
fun.
like that. I'm down with that. That's like boot camp. Barry's
Yeah,
boot
it'll be
camp.
fun.
I love you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.